one that used to be a coach of basketball.
Yeah.
Justin, go ahead. Let's go. Good afternoon from Crawfordsville High School and John Frodes Field. Today, your Athenians host the Danville Warriors in the opening game for the Athenians in conference play. We've got a beautiful day for baseball. We've got 73 degrees and 12-mile-an-hour wind out of the southwest. Bright sky. Athenian fans just kind of getting in. We've got a lot of activity here, softball, track, and a lot of things going.
Probably something at the pool. There's always something at the pool. So there's antennas somewhere. You never know. There's always something going on here at the sports complex.
Well, we have Justin Duggar up here this evening. We've got another cameraman for a while here this evening. He's the most experienced cameraman around, so we're safe. And Jeff Nelson back again this evening. Good to have you here, Jeff.
Always a pleasure.
Well, you've always got more information than we've got time to get on, but we'll work as best as we can to get that on the air. And I tell you what, I think we've been looking forward for this game for quite some while. This is Dan Welliver, and I'm looking at what will be game number 8 for the Athenians. They come in at 5-2 on the season, but I guess we will look at this, Jeff, as maybe the most important game we've had to this point in the season.
Oh, no question about it, because the Sagamore Conference had a really nice chat with Matt Voorhees, for the coach of North Montgomery, last night as they won their last game before the conference schedule starts as well. There is nothing more important in this area than the Sagamore Conference Baseball Conference, because it is such a wonderful, such a really great and competitive baseball conference. Coach said, and Coach Moots will tell you the exact same thing, a week and a half left in the season. Yeah, 3 or 4 games left in the season. 3 or 4 teams are going to be still in the spot to win the thing, and everybody else will have a say in who's going to win and who will not. Every conference game is crucially important in the conference race. You cannot take a day off. You cannot take a pitch off. And I'm really looking forward to it. This Danville team should be a lot better than last year. They got a lot of guys that turned from freshmen to sophomores, and a lot of guys that turned from sophomores to juniors. And I know that Coach O'Neill, who's a long time veteran coach, he'll have these guys ready to play. The Athenians, we know, are always ready to go.
Well, I think you're right about that. But, Jeff, we talk about conference at the start of the year, and everybody kind of starts formulating, who's going to be really in the mix and who you're looking to come down the home stretch with. But I have to admit, I think that I've been wrong, and I think a lot of people around me have been wrong as they looked at the season, and when we get down to the end, it's not exactly like we think sometimes.
No, 100%, and that's why every one of these games is so important. Crawfordsville obviously is a team that everybody knows is usually in the hunt for the Sagamore Conference Championship. We're going to go starting lineups in just 1 second, but that means that a game tonight against a Danville and tomorrow night at Danville are games that cannot get away from you.
We're going to turn it over here to PA announcer Dave Raynard for the starting lineup.
Let's first meet the starters for the Warriors representing Danville, Indiana. Leading off, the catcher, number 7, Ethan Walls. Batting second, the starting pitcher, number 9, Will Woolsey. Batting third, the center fielder, number 1, Landon Skinner. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 13, Jack Werner. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 6, Cole Miller. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 16, Ryan Wenzel. Wenzel will be hitting for shortstop, number 3, Dylan Williams. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 15, Ben Carr. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Garrett Gross. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 5, Brandon Neppendorf. The Warriors are coached by Mr. Pat O'Neill. And now, let's meet the starters for your Crawfordsville Athenians. Leading off, the first baseman, number 34, Bryce Dowell. Batting second, the third baseman, number 2, Wyatt Moats. Batting third, the catcher, number 8, A.J. Hall. Batting cleanup, the starting pitcher, number 11, Big Cale Corsi. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 21, Cale Weimer. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 4, Caden Underwood. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 6, Jude Corsi. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 20, Caden Patton. And batting ninth, your center fielder, number 5, Dylan Farley. Your Athenians are coached by Mr. Rhett Welliver, Tony Bean, and Cole Weimer. The skipper for your Athenians is Mr. Brett Moats. Tonight's umpires are Mr. Robert Van Sickle and Mr. Craig Carroll. At this time, please direct your attention to the American flag located in right field. The Crawfordsville Community School Corporation and the IHSAA invite you to proudly stand and remove your hats as we honor the United States of America with our national anthem. Let's play Athenian baseball.
Well, Dave Raynard back on the PA, and we're ready to go here with a hopefully another great ball game. We saw a great ball game last week for sure. I can't help thinking back to that. I know you caught the last two innings, Jeff, but that was one of the better. In fact, I think I kind of termed it as maybe a classic, really.
Sure.
It
was an instant
right
classic. 2-1, 10-inning win.
Yep.
You know, every pitch so important, and that's just kind of the way we talk about with this conference situation. You know what? Every pitch is important. Every base runner is important. Every out's important, and that's what happened on Friday night. And that was a great opportunity for Crawfordsville, you know, to win that 2-1 game in 10 innings and feel the pressure of what can happen in a conference game and what can happen in the sectionals or farther on down the road.
Log on to YouTube.
Well, we're just getting a little promo here by PA announcer Dave Raynard for our webcast. So, you know, it's kind of fun sometimes to go back and watch it again. I don't do it too often, Jeff.
Every once in a while, it's always fun.
But maybe I will do it months later.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Back.
And I will tell you, because I've had 4 or 5 people that have told me in the course of the last couple days that they went back and looked at that collision we had at home plate on Saturday. Most of the people that talked to me about it are officials or somebody involved in official capacities, wondering about the play, the call, the scenario like that, what my thoughts were on the whole thing. And, you know, so we've got, as we say, we go back and check for video evidence, and we had video evidence, and so far it's been, everybody that I've talked to has said the right call was made at the right time in the right way. So,
well, I know we felt that way, but you know, it's understandable when you're on the other side. That, and I saw one ejection on that type of play that I did think was the wrong call because the collision was made about 15 feet up the third base line.
You better have a ball.
How can you slide?
Yeah, a little tough.
All right, well, we're ready to go here. Leading off for the Warriors is Ethan Walls. He is the catcher. I don't think I've got his height, but he's a well-built young man.
6'1", 6'2".
Well, first pitch there for a strike.
And we get started at 6:04, right on time here at Crawfordsville.
Corsi again, and the ball swung on and missed. So Cale Corsi quickly ahead on the count, 0-2.
Yep. Danville's only 2-1, so some of my stats might be a little light on the Warriors.
Here's a foul ball off to the right side. Well,
when I say that Walls, for example, the leadoff hitter, is hitting 500, well, it's a little misleading because he's 2 for 4.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So yeah, he has a good average, but there's not very many swings yet.
Here's the 0-2. Swing on the miss on a high fastball. So, of course, he dominates the first batter, and that'll bring up Will Woolsey.
Corsi on the C. Corsi, one of the leading pitchers in the area. 6 walks, 25 strikeouts in his 3 appearances coming into today.
Here's the pitch. It's down. Looked like that might have been a changeup, actually.
Yeah. Woolsey's also a 500 hitter, but he's all of 3 for 6.
Yeah.
So.
Well, nonetheless, that's what they are. Right?
Yep.
Here's the pitch. This one's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Will Woolsey, the right fielder, the pitcher, and we have Corsi for the first time behind on the count, 3-0 now.
Corsi works fast.
Yeah, he could use the major league. Here's the pitch, and that's taken for ball 4, and everybody's kind of wondering where that was, and I believe it was outside, actually, to be quite.
Woolsey even thought it was going to be a called strike.
Yeah, he did.
Had to be invited to go down to first base, so a rare walk for Corsi.
Well, probably the pitcher and the batter both looking for the automatic there.
Sure. And it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner here for Woolsey. At least looks like that's what Coach O'Neill. This is number 17.
Well, the batter will be Landon Skinner, the center fielder.
Chase Copeland is our courtesy runner.
All right. Well, probably understandable. As a pitcher, you don't really want to wear him out on the bases for sure.
Well, if I remember right, last year, didn't our pitcher get hurt sliding when he was running on the bases?
Here's a foul ball, I think. I don't know.
That was straight back into the umpire's mask. That came straight back into the umpire's mask. And A.J. Hall is going to walk out to the pitcher's mound and take a few seconds with Corsi and Rhett Motes.
He never gave a signal either. I don't know whether he was all right or not.
No, it hit him. It hit him so hard. You see there in his left hand. That's his chin guard. It literally knocked the chin guard off the bottom of his mask. So everybody's coming out to make sure our home plate umpire is okay. And it looks like he's still got the wiggles. So.
Yep. Well, it is 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. That got Skinner right in the helmet, thankfully. He's probably feeling it, though. But I think it was pretty much all helmet is what we could hear it, actually.
Yeah, it sounded like that. We'll just have to
The hit batter, and so the Warriors quickly with 2 base runners here.
Crawfordsville medical staff out to do a quick double check. May have gotten a little, mostly the bottom of the batting helmet and maybe just a graze off of his cheek or chin.
Doesn't seem to be any. He's racing down at first base.
Not any worse. Not
looks
any worse.
good.
That's a good sign.
Okay.
That's Corsi's first hit batter of the season too.
So runners at first and second and 1 away, and that brings up Jack Warner, the first baseman. Warner, as you can see, a left-handed hitter. Here's a ball fouled back into the screen. Fastball pretty much right there.
Yep. Pretty much right back at us. That would have hurt.
Here's a swing and a miss. Come right back, and of course he quickly ahead 0-2.
Warner is the guy they want to be real careful of. Last night, Danville beat Speedway, and Warner had 3 hits and 5 RBIs.
Here's a ball. That jammed Warner, and he fouls it off to the left side. 0-2.
He's choking up a bit. Got to defend the plate at 0-2.
There's a pitch. Strike 3, and he knew it. Good fastball in the inside corner. Warner goes down looking for out number 2.
Yep. 2 Ks and 2 on base for Danville here.
The third baseman, Cole Miller.
Miller also had a good night last night, 2 runs and 2 hits in Danville's 9-2 win over Speedway.
Cole Miller is the third baseman. Here's a breaking ball, stays wide. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Jude Corsi in behind the runner at second. Here's a pitch taken for a ball. And a little low, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it sure was. About shoe top there. Of course, he's, I don't know if he's trying to nibble the corners and missing, or that one's
Here's
low.
the next pitch. This one's down. 3-0.
No in between for Kersey so far.
Yeah.
Two strikeouts and a whole bunch of balls.
Well, 2 of these pitches are real close.
Yep.
3-0. That's right down the middle. Strike 1. And the pitch. That's ball 4. That looked like a slider that was outside. So bases loaded now. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ryan Wetzel.
And if I brag on the other guys, I have to tell you the truth on Wenzel. Wenzel's 0 for 6 on the season. So he's looking for his first hit.
Yeah, well, we hope he continues his.
He can get a hit next time up. We don't really want one here with bases loaded, bottom and the top of the first.
Here's the ball popped. Catcher AJ under can't hold it. He's trying to sell that he caught it off of the bounce. It hit his glove and popped right out, but he and the ball going to the ground.
Yeah, the ball.
I'm sure it did. The umpire had too good a look, I think, to miss that one. AJ was just trying to sell that.
Well, that's a good sell.
Well, absolutely. More power to him.
That's right.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's a pitch. That's a little bit inside. Oh,
not that much inside.
I tell you what, it was a strike 2. Thank you very much.
Right.
I will
withdraw my first comment, right?
We'll. Here's a pitch. Swung on fly ball right field, and that's deep. That's trouble. Going back and not able to get there. Here is 1 run in, and 2 runs in, and 3 runs in, and Danville leads 3-0. First earned runs of the season. And, boy, A.J. Hall he's very frustrated. Had the out in the glove and couldn't hold on. So,
in a long ago day, that would have counted as an error because he dropped that foul ball.
Yes.
And would have made those runs unearned. But under new scoring, and it's been several years since that happened, that does not get registered as an error on the drop fly ball, but doesn't make AJ feel any better. I know that, because it's a 3-run error no matter how you size it.
that's for sure. Okay, well, here we go with the 7th hitter of the inning. Here's the pitch, and that ball goes to the backstop. So ball 1 with a runner on third base now. Well, here's the pitch, and it's called strike 1. We even the count at 1-1.
Ben Carr 1 for 6 at the plate so far this season.
Next pitch is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was mighty close.
Here's a swing and a miss. 2-2-2 up there on the board. The bad number up there is 3.
Yes.
Here's a pitch in the dirt. Stopped by A.J. So the count goes full. Carr, the left fielder. Ball's right there on the corner. So
Warriors scored 3 runs on
3 runs on 1 hit, and they had 1 runner left on base. So the Indians come to bat in the bottom of the first, trailing 3-0. Well,
And 28 pitches for Corsi in that
Yes.
first inning. Just a very uncharacteristic first inning for him. Just really off on down low on a lot of pitches, and of course then gave up the 2-out double, and just so the Athenians are going to have some of us were sitting here in the sun an hour and a half ago waiting for things to get ready to go, and thought, well, maybe 2-1 kind of game, and now it's going to. The Athenian bats are going to have to do something. They're going to have to answer this, but you know what? Fountain Central scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning on Saturday,
indeed.
and it turned into an 8-3 win. So. Left-hander Will Woolsey is on the mound for Danville. Certainly one of the better pitchers coming back for Coach McNeil's squad from last season. Will has no decisions this year. This is only his second appearance. He's thrown 7 innings thus far. Again, Danville's only played 3 games, so they've really spread their pitching around. He's allowed 1 run, 1 earned run, a couple of walks, 9 Ks on the season. So see, with the lanky left-hander, I know he was one of the 2 better pitchers that Danville had last year, and we'll see if he can see what he does with a 3-run lead here in the first inning.
Well, the Athenians saw a couple of lefties down south, and one of them gave the Athenians a pretty hard time, to be quite honest about it. And it was not a real hard thrower, but had really great control and just mixed his stuff up, and it was really an excellent pitcher. But let's see what we do against this young man. Bryce down to the plate. And Bryce today not DHing for a change.
Playing first base.
Yep.
Coach, you talked about the numbers. He's hitting just under 300, but you mentioned on Saturday as this next pitch comes in.
Here's one off the hands, shortstop there, and easily gathers that one in.
You talked about how well he's gotten on base, so went back and just jotted down some numbers. He's third best on the team in on base percentage. So yeah, he's reached base a bunch. Just hasn't got the hit numbers to show for it. This guy, though, does. Wyatt Mote's .444 on the season.
Here's a line drive into the left center field. Center fielder over and has it. I want to tell you, that was a bullet. But that's baseball.
Yep.
He couldn't hit it any harder. Right at the set. Well, let's give him credit. He took about 3 steps to his left and brought the ball in.
Yep.
So quickly, 2 down here for the Athenians, and that'll bring up A.J. Hall.
Yeah, if Skinner has to take more than those 2 steps either direction, that ball's rolling all the way to the fence.
Oh, yeah. Here's a pitch right there for a strike. Here's ground ball right side. First baseman scoops it up, steps on the bag for out number 3. So not many pitches there,
That
Jim.
was quick. 5 pitches.
Yep.
Well, That means reset. So it'll be bottom and top for Danville, leading 3-0. It'll be Gross, Neffendorf, and then back to Walls at the top of the order. So Coach, good news is that Coursey got 3 strikeouts in that first inning of work.
He did indeed.
But the bad news is that a lot of things happened around those 3 strikeouts.
Well, it did. He was not wild, but he did. Well, he was wild on one pitch because he hit a batter, but he did give up a base on ball, and of course, everybody's going to look back and say, well, if AJ catches the pop foul, we're out of the inning.
Right,
but,
right. Shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Like you say, that's baseball. And so, hey, a lot of innings ahead here, and this is the point where, number one, Gale, of course, he just has to really settle down. I mean, you say, well, he struck out 3. Well, but he wasn't at his top. And let's see what he does. And he's going to start here at the bottom of the order, 8-9-1, and he needs to command early here.
Yeah. Well, as it is, a lot of times these really good pitchers have a, you look at some of the best major league pitchers over the course of a lot of years, and you name them, I can name some. If you don't get them in the first inning, you don't get them at all. And Coursey historically gets a little stronger as the game goes on. He just. Couple of bad breaks on his part, and the real unfortunate part on the drop foul ball, and now, like you said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into baseball. So now you got to adjust and react to what's going on, and you got to.
Well, you can't win if you can't score. So it's up to us to hold them. But we got.
That's right. 0-0 is still a tie game. You got to get some runs. So
here's the first pitch taken for a strike. Garrett Gross is the second baseman.
Yep.
Here's the next pitch, taking strike 2, a fastball.
He's got a couple of hits on the early season.
Here's a breaker into right field, camping under, and has it for out number 1. So no real problem for Caden Patton out there on that one. We do have a bit of a sun field, though. I don't know. I can't even tell, Jeff. Does he have sunglasses out there?
I believe he does.
Okay,
he really should.
I would.
You might want. We need to double check and just see if it's under. We got a couple of Cadens in the outfield.
Oh, you're right.
Underwood might be in right field.
You're right. Patton is in left field.
But it's still Caden, so we got all kinds of Cadens. Yep. Strike 1 on Neffendorf.
Yeah, Neffendorf is playing right field. Here's a pitch swung on a miss, and he goes down. So quickly 2 away here.
The catcher, Ethan Walls.
That may have been the 3 fastest pitches in the history of baseball.
It didn't take long, that's for sure.
That's 4 strikeouts for Coursey. That brings up Ethan Walls, who was a strikeout victim, to lead off the first inning.
First pitch taken down. Here's a swing and a miss. Big swing. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Top half of inning number 2. Your Athenians trail 3-0. Here's the next pitch. Down just a little. Here's a ball taken to left field. Patton is back there on that one.
Yeah.
He's under and has it for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 as the Warriors go down here in the top half of inning number 2. Athenians come to bat, trailing 3-0.
Yep. 10 pitches that time out.
That helps out.
Yep. 38 now for Coursey.
Well, let's go ahead. We have a minute here. Let's look ahead. Tomorrow, Athenians travel to Danville for a 6 o'clock game there. And I think we mentioned that'll be on turf. But we don't worry about rain tomorrow anyway, it looks like.
Looks like a nice day till Saturday.
Great forecast. Yeah, it looks like maybe Saturday could get interesting. We have scheduled the little round-robin affair, starting at 12 o'clock noon, I understand.
Yep.
And Athenians will be playing that first game.
Yep. The Classic normally is a 4-team event, and Franklin, as I understand, had to withdraw or did withdraw from Saturday because they were invited to play at Victory Field. So certainly, you get an invitation to play there, you don't turn those down. So it'll be Crawfordsville against who's the noon game? Crawfordsville and who? JV. No. No. Saturday.
Crawfordsville,
Griffin. Okay. Crawfordsville and Griffin play the Crawfordsville plays the split. They play the first game on the last game. So I think to the bottom of the second we go. The Athenians are who went in order 1, 2, 3 in the first. Will bring the middle part of the order like Cale Corsi, Cale Weimer, and Caden Underwood. But if you like the guys whose names who all sound like KA or CA, you're good to go with Crawfordsville baseball this year. Bunch of those guys.
All right, here we go.
Cale Corsi.
Cale with a fantastic job at the plate so far this year, and this will be a good time to keep it going.
Yep. He's a
left-hander delivers ground ball. That's a fair ball down the line. He rounds, looks, and goes, and he'll be in. There's a wild throw, but well backed up. Well, pretty well backed up anyway.
Backed up well enough, right?
You'd have had to really read that one real quick to get on to third base. But a leadoff double, and we will have a runner. Looks like Rogers may be going out there to run for Cale Corsi.
Second baseman, Cale Weimer.
Yep, number 25 is Isaac Rogers.
So, first base runner of the ball game for your Athenians. That'll bring up Cale Weimer.
Of course, he's a 545 hitter. He will improve with that. That's his fourth double and fifth extra base hit of the season for Crawfordsville.
Yeah, most of his hits have been pretty well banged, but that was one not hit all that hard, but hard enough to get by the third baseman. And the left-hander turns and just looks and keeps a hold of the ball.
Yep, Weimer's also been swinging a good bat. He's hitting .450 on the season. He scored 4. He's got 9 hits. He had He had 5 RBIs on Saturday.
There's
against
something off speed that Weimer takes for a strike.
Weimer also has 3 doubles on the season, so trading places with Rogers would be just fine.
Here's a pitch up. Count evens to 1-1. Well, we do, as we mentioned, have a 12-mile-an-hour wind. It looks like it actually might have picked up even a little more, Jeff.
Yeah, this is
haven't checked, and it is going out, so something up in the air certainly has a chance to get out of here today. Pitcher steps off and just really not too interested in throwing to second base, but letting Rogers know he's looking. All right, here's the pitch. Here's a line shot down the third base line and over the third baseman's head. Here comes the Athenian runner around third, and Rogers plates the first Athenian run. Base hit by Cale Weimer.
Solid single to left, puts Weimer now into double digits on RBIs on the season, and puts the Athenians on the scoreboard. Great hit.
The right fielder, Caden Underwood.
Okay, we credit Caden Underwood. We got a note here. Well, I see a 12-mile-an-hour wind, but looks like it's okay. Here's a pitch wide.
Underwood's a 273 hitter, 6 hits, couple of RBIs on the season. Text from up north, the Chargers are trailing Western Boone in the first inning, 2-0.
Here's a pitch. Oh, well, we got to let that one go. I probably talked too much about it before, but it's one of the most difficult things it seems to be for high school baseball players to, when they see a bunt signal, they just, I got a bunt, you know.
Yeah.
And they go ahead and offer at pitches out of the zone. So count is 1-1. Throw to first. Weimer with a short lead off, back in plenty of time.
The Athenians do have 7 stolen bases on the season. I'm not sure if Weimer's one of those guys that you will send.
That ball's outside, just a little off the corner. Well, I'm not trying to be funny, but to give you an idea how the balance is, we gave up more than 7 stolen bases in one game down south.
There we go. There you go.
2 balls, 1 strike. Runner goes. He left too soon, but the throw is wide, and we got a break because we were kind of where we should have been.
He got caught leaning. Yeah, he got caught leaning.
But
he'll get credit for a stolen base and make a liar out of me. So
well, I tell you what, you got to have a break once in a while, and that was one.
Well, the Athenians had no breaks in the top of the first inning, so maybe a little catching up time.
Here's a line drive up the middle. That'll be a base hit. We're waving. Now we're holding. They dropped the ball. Now we're going to go to the plate. So he's going to score. And that was a good. That was excellent base running. We had a line drive. Weimer had to hold up to make sure it got through. It gets through, and it's so fast to the center fielder. He's got to play if we go. And Coach Moats puts the brakes on, and then the ball gets on the ground, and we go. Great base running, great coaching down there at third. Caden Underwood, base hit, RBI. If we want to score it that way.
I will guess that's how it will be scored rather than the error in the center. There's a bunt, foul.
Yeah. Jude Corsi, your batter. Jude Norman's pretty good bunter. He does sometimes offer with pitches out of the zone, but he's a young man we've talked about that's been putting the ball in play with great consistency this year. Just not finding a lot of hits, but I think he got a hit his last at bat.
Against Fountain Central. It was his second hit of the season.
Here's the runner goes. Here's the pitch up, the throw down to second, and he is in there. Got around the tag at second base. Pretty close play, but Caden Underwood, stolen base. Great job. Athenians running here today.
Down by a couple of runs, or now down by only one run, but you want to be aggressive early on, and try it a couple times and see if they throw you out once or twice. Then you stop running.
1 ball, 1 strike on Jude Corsi. Nobody out here for the Athenians. A lot of time on the mound. Here's a pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Pretty well hit. Center fielder back, and he has it. We're going to tag and advance. So no sacrifice fly on that one, but nonetheless, he gets the job done moving the runner to third base.
Corsi's average drops, but he moves the batter, and that's exactly the sort of thing you want to see out of a number 7 hitter who is struggling at the plate, is to find a way to move a runner, and that'll bring up Patton, who's got a couple of hits and is also kind of light on the batting average, but now that tying run is only 90 feet away from from home plate.
Ball pretty well hit by Jude. Here's a swing and a miss on something down and away. little encouragement there from first base coach. Infield in all the way around. Now second baseman actually backs away. Here's a ground ball. We're going to come to the plate. Ball crawls up the shortstop's arm, and no play at first. So we have a tie ball game as Caden Underwood is able to come around and score run number 3 for the Athenians.
Underwood broke for the plate without hesitation, and that put all the decision-making on Warriors shortstop Braden Prickett, and he elected, rather than trying to come to the plate on a tough play, which was going to be very close, he elected to get things sure out at first base. So the Athenians have tied it up.
I'll bring up Dylan Firely. He's playing center field again today. Here's a pitch, swung on right side. Second baseman over, nice grab, throws, and has him. And I tell you, Farley gets down that line well. The credit to second baseman, though, with a fine play there. So after 2 full, we have a tie ball game, 3-3, opening game of conference play, and the Athenians come from behind to tie it here after 2.
Boy, and that was only a 13-pitch at bat.
Well,
was
they're swinging the bats and running the bases.
Yes, indeed. So 3 runs on 3 hits, and they did not rule an error at center field on that play that allowed Weimer to score. So we'll go with, because that's the way it's going to get reported to everybody else. So we'll go with that. But the big part is we're 2-2.
Okay, hey Jeff, get us a lead. I didn't do very well in that department, but at least we're not behind.
They caught you. They just caught you a little bit off guard at the top of the first, just like Fountain Central. Remember Fountain Central on Saturday?
Yeah.
I know everything about it.
First 4 guys swung at the first 5 pitches, made contact on those first 5 pitches, and drove in 3 runs. So yeah, but that's the last time Fountain Central got across the plate too. So we'll leave it at that. So the Warriors with the quick 3 in the top of the first will send it 2, 3, and 4 to the plate here in the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be Woolsey and Skinner, both of who reached and scored in the first inning. Woolsey walked on 4 pitches. Skinner was hit by a pitch. Warner, who will be hitting 3rd, was one of the 3 strikeout victims in the first inning. Then it'll be Cole Miller. The big hit came later on in that batting order as Ryan Wenzel hit a double to right center field.
Well, that was a big part of that inning, other than the one drop ball that we would have liked to have had. But they didn't have to swing the bat.
Right.
To get 2 out of those 3 runs.
Exactly right. So, and technically all 3 of them, because Woolsey walked, Skinner got hit, and Milton also walked. So yeah, all 3 guys reached base without benefit of a base hit. Here's ball 1 on Woolsey. Of course, he misses. Next pitch, ball 2.
Now I think.
Of course, he walked a couple guys in that first inning. He has struck out 4 so far.
Not sure what happened there. I wasn't sure whether Coach Welliver came out on his own or whether Corsi was indicating something there.
Well, they're doing some grooming work right there where Corsi's plant foot lands. So, it's very possible that the lefty throwing for Danville, Woolsey, may be landing at a spot that's kind of got the hill torn up just a little bit. It's causing Corsi a little landing problem. So,
yeah, it happens.
Yep, it does. So 2 quick balls here on the pitcher, Woolsey. Next pitch, just misses, just a little down, a little away, 3-0. Woolsey walked on 4 first time up. He's got a 3-0 count again. And he's going to face a strike.
Top of the zone, though, wasn't it?
Boy, that was pretty close to outside. Here's another pitch. That
is outside.
That one is outside. So Woolsey draws his 2nd walk of the day. And that'll bring up Landon Skinner. Skinner, without an official at bat, did reach and score in the first inning on the season. Skinner is 1 for 10. And really nice, man. Pitch just inside.
I think Cale's got a little stress on some of the calls. I've seen him shake his head a couple of times.
Foul ball.
Yep. I don't read too much in it because he might be shaking his head just because he wasn't happy with where the ball got. But
competitor like he is, knowing that normally he's a little closer to that end zone. If it's close enough to call a ball, it's close enough to call a strike. Get it an inch closer.
Runner was going there, Jeff.
Yeah. He caught himself just in time to scoot back. That's Copeland, the courtesy runner, over at first base. Tie ball game here, top of 3 at John Froge Field. Opening night of Sagamore Conference play. Another throw. So Crawfordsville saw that Copeland was breaking last time, so they're going to keep him pretty close. There it goes. And
that's a tough play on the catcher. Bud offered and kind of distorts things a little bit, and the pitch was also going to the outside, and an off speed. It was not effective.
Waiting to see if we're going to get a foul ball call. Not, so that will give Copeland a stolen base. Ball wide in the dirt to the fence. So Woolsey walks. Copeland comes in to run, steals 2nd, Wild pitches to 3rd. So Danville has got this number 2 spot in the batting order, 90 feet away from another run. 2-2 on Skinner. Shadows starting to fall here as the football stadium. Ball up just a little bit. 3-2. Yeah, of course he's getting more than a little frustrated, it looks like. That pitch misses and called third strike, tag out.
Yeah, I got a little inside corner with a breaking ball there.
Yep, popped out of Hall's glove. He came
That's
back.
a big out.
Yep, came back to tag Skinner for the out. First out, one on, one up.
The first baseman, Jack Warner.
And that'll bring up Jack Warner. Warner was a looking strikeout victim, his last trip to the plate. Just off the corner, just off the edge of the plate.
Yeah, Athenian fans getting real.
Yeah, a little feisty, yeah.
It's up.
Ball 2. Got a pretty, well, the only thing he asked for is if it's going to be that small a strike zone, it's got to be that small for both guys, and it's got to be that small all the way through. There's a called strike, pretty close to the same spot on the outside corner. And boy, that's the one thing, as coaches, the last thing you can do is say anything about that ball is low, makes it 3-1. You just cannot get on umpires about balls and strikes, because that number one gets them mad, and number two gets you tossed. So you just got to adjust. Of course, he's in the process of trying to do that. Ground ball goes and stays foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a strike, actually. But,
Yeah.
something off speed there, Cal had. And,
Yep. Warner.
So,
Yep.
this big pitch here, Jeff.
3-2.
Need to strike this boy out again. Yep.
Outside. Nope.
Way outside.
Yep. So that's the second walk of the inning, the fourth walk of the game already for Corsi.
The third baseman.
Runners on first and third, so we expect to see Warner running.
Well, here's another guy that walked
Yep.
last time.
And Miller, as we mentioned, 2 runs, 2 RBIs last night in Danville's win over Speedway. So he's not a guy you want to hang one out over the middle of the plate.
Oh, my.
Breaking ball up.
He didn't. I really don't want him to worry about the run on first base, actually, because he's going to run.
Yep.
I think. I don't know why he wouldn't. We're not going to throw.
Yep. He stays, swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
Yep. So a game that I had not anticipated breaking out has broken out here at Crawfordsville. What I anticipated to be a real fast-moving pitchers duel has not turned into that. Foul tip.
Good pitch. Breaking ball stretched the batter out there.
Yep. And Hall hangs on to it. 1-2 on Miller.
Blast.
Golfs it.
Can't get there.
Yeah, just too far away for anybody to get to. Good hustle by Hall. Need to be a world-class sprinter to get to that far down the line in that much foul territory. Count stays at 1-2 on Miller. As Coach mentioned, he walked and he scored the third run.
Well, Cal
of the first.
head of the count here. He wants to make pitchers pitch here, but just as soon not see one in the dirt maybe here. All right.
Throw to first. Easy back.
I'm really surprised they're not running because we're not throwing.
Mm-hmm. Set. On the corner, called strike 3. So that is now 6 strikeouts for Corsi. And that brings up Ryan Wenzel, the DH.
He did the damage this young man.
And I blessed him with the
Yeah,
negative
0 for
curse.
6.
I said he was 0 for 6 coming into the day. Swing and a miss here, so he's got his hit. Now he can. That's all we need. All we need. But 2 on, 2 out. Tie score, top of 3. Of course, he sets. Misses in. The big right-hander who is nearing 50 pitches already. Misses on this one.
Good pitch.
Yes, took a little off of that one. Wenzel took a big cut, hoping he could put a bat on it, and missed by a bunch. 2-2. Fastball, strike three. So Corsi has struck out the side twice, added another one in the middle, so 7 Ks, but his struggles with some of the walks continues. But no runs that time for Danville, no runs and no hits. There were no errors, and those 2 guys were left on base. Do a quick pitch count here. We got 5, 11, 17, 5 is 22, and 5 more is 27. So Corsi has sailed past 60. He's got 65 pitches in 3 innings of work. You won't see the end of it at that kind of a pace. So
well, yeah, he needs to. Well, you know, second inning was pretty good. That didn't hurt him any. I think with 10 pitches maybe, but yeah, he definitely, if he wants to finish his ball game,
27, right.
And I'm sure the coaching staff kind of, I think I'm not probably wrong by saying they probably count on him going all the way. So
that's, yeah.
You know, I mean, but on the other hand, I'm sure they have a game plan which includes the possibility of relief pitching. So,
yeah.
You know, and where they go, you know, who knows? I'm not sure. Well, obviously it depends on the condition at the time if you had to make a change. So, well, here's the good news. We're tied, and we've got the top of the batting order coming in the bottom of the third.
1, 2, and 3. The middle of the order came through big in the second inning. Corsi doubled and scored. Weimer singled, drove in that first run, and he scored. Underwood singled and drove in a run, and Caden Patton drove in the third run on an infield ground ball. So the Athenians did tie the score at 3. And that's going to bring the top of the order up. Bryce Dow flew out to shortstop his first trip up. 483 on-base percentage on the season. Third best on the team. See if he can get himself on base here to lead off the bottom of the third. Pitch outside. Dowell's usually a pretty aggressive hitter, so as he goes after that one, fouls it away.
Yeah, the wrong way. It's softball field almost. That, yeah.
Oh, hit the light pole? Okay.
Very good. Good for him.
Oh, another little nubber there off the real bad part of the plate. Will go down as a line drive out to first base. So Dowell has not been able to reach base in 2 trips. Wyatt Moats, 444 hitter on the season, comes up, hit the ball hard. The last trip up, but hit it right at a guy with a glove. Hit it right at center fielder Landon Skinner. Moats takes inside for ball 1. Dozen hits on the season for Moats, playing third base defensively here this evening. Ball right back up the middle.
Right through there. All right.
So that puts us pretty speedy guy on the
Well, I was just going to say this a little interesting after the way we ran earlier. And we got one of our base stealers on now, so see what kind of look we get here.
A.J. Hall hits from the left side. We'll see what instructions he gets from Coach Moats.
You want to run. Boy, he's got a nice lead. Got to watch it here. Lefties tend to like to throw over there.
Oh,
and they got him.
He's safe. He's under the tag. Oh, he came off the base. He came
did.
off the base. He sure did. He was safe on the moment and came off the base. So a caught stealing, 1 to 3 to 6. And that puts 2 outs on the board very quickly for Crawfordsville. So Hall will have the bunt sign waved off.
Hard hit ball.
It's one. Second baseman's got enough time, though, to recover. And so Woolsey very efficient with his pitches. And the Athenians go down 1-2-3 for the second time. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left.
Actually, they had 1 hit.
There was a hit caught, yep, and Moats was caught stealing, sorry.
3 down.
3 up, and eventually 3 down. So in at 3, 4, 5, only 6 pitches. Only 6 pitches for Woolsey. Woolsey has 24 pitches thrown in 3 innings, which is less than Corsi had in either the first or the third. So the baseball guys have thrown the Athenians a little bit of a curveball here.
Well, too bad on Moats' base there. That obviously, you're.
Okay, softball score from next door. Danville leading Crawfordsville 11-0.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, things can't be figured this way, but let's just say he's safe at second.
Yep.
That next ground ball takes him to third.
Mm-hmm.
The next ground ball scores a run.
Yeah, very possible. Yep. All those shoulda, woulda, couldas, Coach.
Yeah.
The wind, and the wind's blowing more than 12 miles an hour. I'm going to tell you that right
now. It is now,
Yep.
Yeah, and it is blowing out for sure.
Neither of these teams has a home run yet this season, so that a wind-aided whatever would be a first. But Danville's going to put the bottom of the order up here. They'll be 7, 8, 9.
Leading off for the Warriors, the left fielder.
They did not have any success their first trip up. It's Ben Carr who struck out, then Garrett Gross who flied out, and then Brandon Neffendorf who also struck out. Cole Corsi's got 7 Ks, but finds himself in a tie ball game. First pitch bounces to Hall. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think he missed that off the end of the bat, Jeff.
Yeah, he sure did. That bright orange bat. Got the corner. 1 and 2. Just up. Evens a count, 2 and 2. That's outside. Full count. So Carr worked to full count his first trip up before striking out. Sits at a full count right now. Oh, foul ball, not touched. It's off of Hall's glove, but he recovers and throws to first. Nice play by AJ that time. Really nice play to know where the ball was after it popped off his glove and recover it, fire to first base, and get the out. So that's 8 strikeouts now for
The second baseman, Garrett Gross.
Corsi. Garrett Gross comes to the plate, flew out to right field, and Caden Underwood, his first trip up. That pitch is up. Off speed, misses in and up. That pitch right down the middle for called strike 1. 2 and 1. Tell you what, you look down and jot a pitch down and you get right back up because Corsi works fast. Called strike 2.
2 hard fastballs there.
Yeah.
1 in, 1 out.
Yeah. I would expect a fastball here, don't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't care. He's
No, curveball.
well, this is a bit of a problem. We got a long run. Oh my goodness! I tell you, good rebound.
Farley almost overran it. Yep.
Well, the wind's blowing out, and that causes that kind of thing.
Yep.
Hey, give him credit. That was not an easy play. He had a lot of ground to cover.
Yes, he did. But by the time everybody's hearts stop beating fast, it just goes down as an F8. So
There you go.
That brings up the number 9 hitter for Danville, Brandon Neffendorf. Struck out his first time up. He tries to bunt, see if he can reach, and that bunt's foul. Back into the net. Corsi, the big right-hander, resets, reloads.
There's our gapper.
Yep, right off the not very meaty part, and he's going to go to second. Here's the throw. He should be out if he hangs onto it. Missed him with the tag. So super hustle play by Neffendorf as he just challenged the throw from right field.
Yeah.
And nobody's jumping up and down arguing on that thing. So
no, the throw is not a criticism, but it kept us away from the bag position on the tag.
Yeah, Jude Corsi had to go back and try and make the tag from a high throw, and he just didn't get him. That brings up the top of the order, and Ethan Walls, and Walls swings at the first offering. Walls is 0 for 2, strikeout, fly out. One hopper to Corsi.
Oh boy!
And unfortunately, the
airmailed.
Yeah, he airmailed the throw, and that's going to allow the run to score. So the E6 has just got to be scored that way. And Walls lives at first, but Neffendorf, who broke with 2 outs on the swing, will score Danville's 4th run and get them back in front. So an unearned run. Technically, the first unearned run, although the first 3 came after a dropped foul ball.
Well,
and that brings up
that
Woolsey.
Ground ball, Jeff, took Jude a little bit out of rhythm out there.
Yep. Ball up. Oh, it was going to be a tough play.
And I'm not. Yeah, I was just going to say I'm not sure he had him.
And he double clutched.
Even if it would have been a perfect throw.
He double clutched when he came up with the ball.
Yeah.
And the letting him be safe was probably the better off, because then the throw was off as the called strike happens here. Because then the bad throw ends up in the fence down the right field line, and that allows a run to score. If you just hold on to the ball right there, then you're at first and third with not a lot of damage done. That ball pitches down. Of course, he's going to be skating 80 pitches here, real close to it by the time we're done with this half inning. If we get done quickly, could be pushing towards 90. Foul ball down the left side. It's going to stay in play. One of the 3 bench guys will go down to fetch it. Not very many guys on the bench tonight because the JV team is playing in Danville.
Ball down past the Athenian bullpen. Got to wait to get the ball corralled out there.
Got to pick it up. I think that was Rogers that made the long run down.
Isaac Rogers.
Evidently, the rule is that he can't be unescorted down there, so they have to wait for him to run down, get the ball, run it all the way back. And here we go. Runner goes, 2-2. Just tag him out. There we go.
I don't know what
Wow.
I won't say it. But
He called ball 3 on that? He did.
Let it go off the ball.
Yeah, he called ball 3. It sure looked like a swinging strike. So that makes it full count. And that's ball 4. So what was out of the inning has now extended the at-bat for Danville. And that will bring courtesy runner Copeland in again.
Courtesy runner at first base.
His third appearance. He scored in the first, got stranded at third base in the third. This will bring up Landon Skinner. Skinner got hit and scored in the first. Took a called third strike in the third. And you can see on your screen, Coach Welliver is out to talk with Cale Corsi.
Cale just has not had.
It hasn't been an 8-day. Yep, hasn't been an 8-day.
I mean, he's got good stuff. There's no question about that. But does not have command. Can't locate where he needs to, and so it's a real struggle. And yet the Athenians are still right here in this ball game. And,
only down 1. That's a no big deal there. But as we've alluded to twice, and we'll allude to now a third time, he's going to run out of pitches way before we run out of innings.
And we're in a situation here, Jeff. We just need not to let this go any further.
Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss by Skinner.
I mean, you're looking at number 3 hitter, so that's usually, if not your best hitter, certainly one of your better hitters. So big spot. Boy, good stuff though. Then this young man at the plate is being aggressive, which probably is to Cale's advantage as long as he locates properly here.
Yeah.
Don't hit him again.
Yeah,
don't hit him again.
Almost nicked him there. Reaches out to protect the plate, fouls it, heads it over towards the softball field. I think I heard 14-1. The Athenians trail Danville in softball next door. Danville's really good. Really, really good, just for the record. So is Tri-West this year in the conference. Pitches up.
Yeah, Tri-West got one of the outstanding pitchers really in the country.
In the nation, exactly right. Exactly right. 2-2 the count here on Skinner. 2 out, 2 on. 1 run in for Danville here in the 4th.
There we go.
That's a called strike 3. No question about that. He takes his second backwards. Okay, so the Warriors get a run. They do it on the 1 hit on the double. Neffendorf gets the double and eventually scores. There was the 1 error, which led to that run, and 2 runners left on base. Now comes the big question. How many pitches? 2, 8, 14, 20, 25, 27. Coach, we're at 92 pitches for Cale Corsi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a struggle.
Yeah. So now the coaches are going to have to start getting together, because one more inning like that and he'll be done, because 120 is your maximum no matter what happens.
Sure. Yep.
So and score from up north. Western Boone leads North Montgomery 2-0, bottom of 3.
Well, we're right back there where we started and got a little something going there in the second with
yes, indeed.
4, 5, and 6. So need to repeat that action.
Yeah. The first inning we went down in order 1, 2, 3, and the third inning we went down 1, 2, 3. That second inning we got these first 3 guys up, all got on and scored. So let's see if history can repeat itself.
I'm a little concerned about one thing that I've seen, and I don't think we can stand to make the mistake again. And we've left twice early at first base.
Right.
And by right should have been out, but got a break and
got a break on the one and slid off the base on the second one. So Kel Corsi can help himself out here. He doubled and scored to lead off the second inning. Takes a big hack at this one, fouls it away. Corsi well over 500 at the plate. That double will certainly raise that average. Facing Warriors left-hander Will Woolsey. Pitch outside. There's a hard shot. Yeah, big hop for short. Easy throw over to first. Of course, he's out. Yep, that one comes up a little shorter hop than Williams. Doesn't have that easy Sunday hop on that, so he's able to make the throw over, and that's one out for Crawfordsville, bottom of the fourth inning. We'll bring up Cale Weimer. Weimer singled in the second, drove in Corsi, and eventually scored. He stole a base. He was able to make a slide on that, as Coach was talking about on the pickup play. Foul ball here. First pitch. Pop fly down the line. It's going to be trouble if it's fair. And it falls.
Yeah.
Boy, that's in the Bermuda Triangle right down there where nobody can get to it. And Weimer is on base for the second time with his second single. So he singles to left on a sharp hit and then floats a tweener out there into short right field his second time up. That'll bring up Caden Underwood. Underwood singled, drove in a run, and stole a base and scored his last trip up. Coach O'Neill makes a quick little jaunt out to the mound.
Both bullpens silent.
Oh, yes. Well, Woolsey's only thrown 24 pitches in 3 innings, so
yeah,
they're not going out there to worry about that kind of thing, and they're not. He's probably just settling his pitcher down and settling his.
I don't know about his velocity, Jeff,
yep.
but he's not really blowing people away, and I think that that's making us super aggressive, really.
Yep. He has no strikeouts and he has no walks. Woolsey steps off the surface. And there's a throw over.
Yeah, well,
Danville has brought the left side of the infield up pretty close. They are, I think they're expecting an Underwood bunt here. Miller up on the grass at third base. Pitches up. 1-0 on Underwood, as we said. Singled, scored in the second. The right-hander probably hit right at about 300 number with that hit earlier. Throw over.
Boy, he's really paying attention to us, and we're only 2 steps off the bag over there right now. I know he did steal earlier.
Yeah, well, we've been caught leaning a couple times. I got a hunch the leads from first base are going to be substantially shorter for a while. Here's the next offering, swing and a miss for Underwood. Evens the count at 1-1. Opening night of Sagamore Conference play. These two teams play tomorrow night in Danville.
Get through.
Play. There's a 2-hopper. Sees its way into left field, so the Athenians have got a little something here. Underwood is 2 for 2 on the day. Weimer scoots to second base.
Jude Corsi.
All right,
well, Coach,
Jude.
now
a big one here.
Exactly. Now the bottom third of the order, 7, 8, 9, have not had a great deal of production so far this season. So this is crucial time. Although Caden Patton did get a drive-in run with a ground ball out. Curveball.
Well, Jude put a
Strike.
pretty good charge of the ball last time,
Yep.
actually.
Flied out to center. And did advance a runner. Yep, he advanced, I believe it was Weimer, who then scored on the ground ball.
Paying a lot of attention out there,
Yep,
isn't he?
yep. Woolsey has a lot of respect for Weimer. He's been that pitch. Woolsey kind of slipped off the surface a little bit. That pitch just kind of came in a little funky, but ball evens the count 1-1. Of course, he hits in the 7th spot. Caden Patton stands on deck. 1 out, bottom of 4. See the scoreboard. The Athenians down by 1. And again, Woolsey turns in.
You know, this left fielder is playing pretty shallow for as much wind as we got going.
Yep.
It wouldn't take.
Something off the barrel of the bat will. There's an opposite field ground ball. Let's see what happens. Oh, he drops the ball. We're going to go.
He's throwing home.
Yeah, here comes the throw at the plate and misses.
Boy,
So
that was a bit of a, well, they were sloppy right there. They really were.
Poor defensive effort there. Jude Coursey gets the single to right and the RBI. Everybody moves up a base on the throw. Weimer scores the tying run. And if I was running the scoreboard, there would be an error on Danville on either the bobble or the throw, but it's not being registered, so we shall see. But not good defensive effort. But anyway, that brings up Danville's infield. That brings up Caden Patton. Patton puts it in play on the first swing. Foul ball. That ball was fair down the stripe and just hit a divot and got left. Patton drove in a run, as we mentioned, on a ground ball out his last trip up, and would gladly do that again here, but he will have to navigate 4 infielders playing on the infield grass. Woolsey takes a step off. A lot of the signals change with a runner at second base. There's a ground ball in between.
The guy's shallow.
Coach holds up. Coach holds up Coursey. So Patton, the middle and bottom of the order, coming through with huge hits here.
4 in a row, Jeff.
The 4th, absolutely. An RBI single for Patton. He's got 2 RBIs on the day. Coursey throws out the anchor at third base. Underwood scores for the 2nd time today, and the Athenians have the lead for the first time.
We have the lead, and we're going to play this first and third situation
See
here.
what happens here.
Can you believe they'll throw through here?
Yeah, Dylan Farley up to the plate, grounded out his first time up on a nice play by the second baseman, just for the record. And he bunts, misses. Shouldn't say misses, he fouled it, but the pitch was pretty high. Falls behind 0-1. So unless a double play figures its way into this thing, the Athenians will bring the top of the order up with at least somebody in scoring position. And
delayed steal.
There's a delayed steal. So the ball is low. Farley evens a count at 1-1. Patton was just kind of waiting in the wings, and then when nobody paid attention to him, he took off and stole second base.
Well, that's a big base, Jeff.
Boy, that's
like you said, they had the double play in order.
Takes off the force. Yep, takes off the force. Now that brings the infield totally up on the grass again. So a seeing eye single. There's a ground ball, and the throw not in time. Not in time. So Farley becomes the second Crawfordsville batter to drive in a run on a ground ball out. So the 3 unassisted. Jude Coursey scores. He was on his wheels right from contact, and now the Athenians have scored 3 in this at bat. They now all of a sudden have gone from down 1 to up 2 at 6-4. And with a runner in scoring position, it's the top of the order, Bryce Dowell, who is more than due for a base hit. Dowell rips into one and sends it over to the softball field. Another swing and a foul ball. Dowell falls behind 0-2. So 4 hits in a row for the Athenians coming at from the bottom of the order. Weimer, Underwood, Coursey, and Patton all come up with singles.
Keep Patton alert down here. This is where sometimes they throw it too bad of him.
That pitch is way up. Yep.
He throws the next one as low as that one was high. We may see one to the backstop.
Yep. Ball high. 2-2. Foul. Dowell stays alive. Pitch number 6 coming next. Patton gets a short lead from third, still in the dirt, out of the grass. Dowell twists inside. That'll run the count full. It'll be the 7th pitch. It'll be 7th pitch of this at bat to Dowell, which is by a significant number more than any hitter has faced for Crawfordsville tonight. Swing and a miss.
Ball 4.
Yeah, sure was. So the inning ends for the Athenians. They do score 3 runs.
The Athenians scored 3 runs on 4 hits.
On 4 hits. There were technically no errors. Crawfordsville leads 1. So that's 7, 10, 12, 15, 18, 20, 23 pitches. That almost doubled Woolsey's pitch count. He was 24 pitches in the first 3 innings and 23. But he's still at a comfortable spot. He's only at 47. But the uncomfortable spot for Danville is that they are now behind by a score of 6-4.
Well, boy, I tell you, you couldn't ask for more out of that bottom of that order.
No. You are absolutely right. Huge hits from guys who have not had very many hits this season, Coach.
Well, let's see if Kale can find the zone. Actually, we kind of like just maybe a couple of pop outs and a ground out.
I would.
4 or 5 pitches max.
I would love to get Coursey to the 6th inning. That would be spectacular.
Well, they have 4, 5, and 6 coming, and I'm looking out of that bunch. Well, half of their at-bats are strikeouts, but 2 of them are walks, and 1 of them is a double. So,
yeah.
I mean, if we can get them in the right order here, maybe we can get a clean inning there.
Yep.
Which is what we need. We need. We've got a little mow now. We need to keep the mow.
Jack Warner at the plate, struck out and walked. First pitch, called strike. Danville has come up since the very first, and that may have been just the strategy, or maybe from what they're seeing. Oh, there's a line drive.
Oh yeah!
Jude Kersey comes up with a great snag over there. But as I was mentioning, Danville has been taking a lot of pitches. And of course, he's been a little bit off on the up-down corners, and that has run his pitch count to 94 at this minute. Cole Miller next up. Walked and scored in the first, struck out looking. Takes a strike here.
Don't particularly like to see him hit as hard as that last ball was hit, but on the other hand, it was only 2 pitches, I believe.
That's right.
So that's really what we need, as long as we can catch him.
Coursey with a nice play. That's pitches inside and down. Yep. Jude throws the leather around out there. He's a solid shortstop. Foul ball.
Pitch, good location.
Coursey has gotten a 1-2-3 inning. In the second inning, it was a fly ball, strikeout, fly ball. That pitch is up.
I like the pitch. It probably could have got a little closer to the plate.
Millers puts this one into play. High fly ball. Ball's going to blow out just a little bit more towards left field, and that will give Patton enough time to find a spot underneath it and haul it in for out number 2. So that'll bring up Ryan Wenzel. Wenzel doubled and drove in 3 runs in the first inning. He's the DH and struck out swinging his next trip up to the plate in the 3rd. Foul ball.
Don't want to quit on those two. I really don't think that AJ saw the ball at all, really, but that wasn't high enough. But you get that one pretty high, it's going to come back quite a bit.
First pitch, 6 p.m.
No, you're absolutely right. This foul ball, that one's for sure headed for over towards the softball field.
Well, actually, Jeff,
blew back into play.
No, but it wasn't very far out.
Okay.
It wasn't very far out at all.
Yeah. So the wind continues to push these foul balls back towards the field of play. 0-2 on Wenzel. That one's in the dirt. Ooh, and Hall.
Yeah, I'm making sure his legs are all right.
That ball bounced. And hit him in a protected sensitive area. He's got a bit of a smile on his face, but he's just smiling through the pain mostly. Brings the doc out.
Yes, sir. One of the great CHS baseball fans, Doc Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Well, AJ seems to be ready to go here, Jeff. I think that, we kind of knew what the problem was, but...
I think I got a pretty good idea what the problem was. So, as my good friend Bill Raftery would say, he'd be using the word onions right about here. So, that ball's down in the dirt, came up, bounced up into Hall. This pitch is tipped and fouled back. Count stays at 2-2. Hall, as we talked a little bit about other broadcasts, swing and a miss. Signed and is heading for Manchester College to play baseball once he graduated. And that strikeout is strikeout number 10 for Coursey, and that's a huge 1-2-3 for Crawfordsville defensively. 2, 7, and 6 is 13. 105 pitches now for Coursey. So he should be he
can get another inning if he keeps that pace.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And,
so
be extremely fortunate to be able to finish it, but it could happen. I mean, their pitcher.
JV played Danville.
Oh, the Crawfordsville JV is leading or trailing?
Yeah. Danville the lead.
Danville JV. Okay, Danville JV is leading Crawfordsville JV 6-4 after 5. Very good. Okay. Well, back here at 6-4 Crawfordsville after 4.5. So we shall see what goes on next.
Well, we need to keep adding on here, Jeff. We're 2, 3, 4 coming up here, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, by the way.
The lefty is gone. Let's see what we got here for Danville. That is number 11. That'll be Aaron Brebeck. So Woolsey exits after 4 innings pitched. We'll get the wrap on him. He gave up 8 hits. He gave up 6 runs. And they were all earned because the Warriors do not have an error as of yet. He did not walk any. 0 walks. struck out 1 and threw 47 pitches.
And they do have at least one other change. They have Chase Copeland in left field now, number 17.
Okay, we'll see. They were designating hitting for Woolsey, so we'll see what happens with some more of these defensive switches here.
Leading off for your Athenians, the third baseman, Wyatt Moe.
Moats is up. He'll lead off the bottom of the 5th. He has a single and a fly out to his tally sheet today. He was caught stealing his last time up. First pitch called strike. Action down in the Crawfordsville bullpen. Not sure through the screen who that right-hander is. Called strike 2. Might be number 6 down there. That would be Jude Corsi.
Jude Corsi.
He's got to be ready to come in because Kale's going to run out. There's a drive out to center field. Not high enough, however. Not enough wind to help as Skinner hauls it down. Fly ball
That's
out.
2 pretty good shots to center field for Wyatt tonight.
Yep. This will bring up A.J. Hall. Hall is 0 for 2.
Jake Hall.
Grounded out to first base and grounded out to second base. His 2 times up today. Pitch down and away.
Need a runner here with Corsi and Weimer
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
coming up. We need to add on.
Yep. Brebeck is making his 2nd appearance of the season. He's only thrown a couple of innings so far, so.
Catcher tried to pull that one a little bit.
Tried to spot it. Ball 2 on Hall. Just been around the plate. Ball 3. And called strike. Taken all the way, automatic anyway. 3-1 on Hall. Hits in the 3 spot here in the Crawfordsville batting order tonight. Outside. Just outside. Ball 4.
Good job, though. We need a runner any kind of way.
Yep, that's for sure. And that will bring
Bobby going in.
number 10. That is Javier Resto. Okay, he's a courtesy runner.
Now batting the pitcher, Cale Corsi.
Here in the 5th inning, the Athenians looking to add on to a 6-4 lead in the first night of Sagamore Conference baseball action here at John Froge Field.
Resto has good speed at first base.
Okay. The Athenians, as we said, 7 stolen bases coming into tonight. They are 1 for 2 so far. Check swing, throws just in time.
That was close.
Just in time.
Spinning his wheels there a little bit.
Sure did. Well, he was diving back, scrambling for first, but the swing tag just missed his nose. I think is about what happened there. Of course, he puts a launch.
Well, that's not going to be caught.
No. And that is
gone.
And that is home run number 1 for Crawfordsville this season. And Cale Corsi gives himself a huge help. Right over the left field fence, just right of the 320 sign. We'll call it about a 340-foot, possibly wind-aided home run, but it doesn't make any difference as it drives in Resto in front of him. And as we said, Crawfordsville's first home run of the season gives them a much more comfortable 8-4 cushion right now. And Coach, that might change the Crawfordsville coaching strategy rather than putting Cale Coursey into throws because he's only got 15 pitches left, Now with a 4-run cushion, maybe you bring Jude Coursey in and give him a little more time to get comfortable on the mound. We'll see what happens. Cale Weimer, who has gotten on twice with 2 singles and has scored 2 runs and has driven in a run, brings his hot back to the plate. And he'll knock one down the third base line. So this inning not over by any means yet for the Athenians. Trailed 3-0 at the end of the first at bat. Tied the game at 3 in the second inning. Fell behind 4-3, then got 3 runs in the fourth to lead 6-3. Now 2 more runs here in the fifth. Of course, he takes outside. So runs have come in bunches for Crawfordsville this afternoon. And they've come in bunches in the batting order. Coursey, Weimer, Underwood scored batting in order, scored 3 in the first. As this next pitch comes in, Coursey takes it in the dirt. In the fourth inning, it was Weimer, Underwood, and Jude Coursey batting 3 guys in a row in the batting order, and they scored. And now here in this fifth inning, A.J. Hall walks, Resto comes in to run, and Coursey and he now have scored 2. With more possibly. Called strike. The count evens out at 2-2 here on Cale Weimer. So those 2 RBIs for Coursey now gives him a team best 12 RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss. Coursey fooled, I think, a little bit on the off-speed pitch. Brayback. Weimer. Possibly fooled a little bit on that pitch. And strikes out. That's Braybeck's first K, only the second strikeout by Danville pitching this afternoon. Caden Underwood.
2 for 2.
Yes, indeed. Single and an RBI and has scored twice. So he and Weimer in the middle of the batting order have been the hot tamales. And there's a one hot rip.
Ate him up.
Ate him up. I'm more than happy to call that a third base hit. I'm gonna guess they're gonna register that as a hit through the 6th spot.
Yeah, I think so.
They still haven't put a Danville error up on the board for the day, so why start now? So 3 hits for Underwood. He leads off at first base. Jude Coursey is up. He singled and drove in a run in the 4th. He was in the middle of he was in the, yeah.
Okay. Back in safe.
Yeah, that's it. Safe without a throw.
Good.
Check the swing. Nope, didn't go. Yeah, there was a 4 spot of singles by Crawfordsville in that 4th inning that led to those 3 runs. Weimer, Underwood, Jude Coursey, and Caden Patton all had singles that eventually turned into 3 Crawfordsville runs and the lead.
He's running.
Batter goes.
He's hitting. That's down.
That's down. That's going to get an extra base. And holding up at third base will be Underwood. Single for Coursey, his 2nd hit of the day.
Yeah, there you go.
And boy, I'll tell you what, nothing makes a 0.87 or it's .087 batting average go up quicker than 2 base hits in a day. So Underwood stands at third, and he's only 90 feet away from scoring his 3rd run of the day. Coursey at first, I'm guessing he will be breaking quickly. Caden Patton has a single and a run driven in also.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether we'll try to run this or not.
Nope. First pitch swinging, fly ball.
Get down. No.
Nope. Ooh, center fielder runs right in front of the first base right fielder and cuts him off. That fly ball out will end the at-bat. The Athenians get 2 runs on the 1 hit on the Corsi home run. Corsi's 2-run shot, his team first home run of the season, and that puts the Athenians up by a score now of 8-4 going into the top of the 6th.
Well, I tell you, this offense today, I've been impressed with their offense today. These particularly, I think the starting pitcher came in with a pretty good reputation, and we, had a lot of good swings out there.
We waited him out a little bit, swung at good pitches.
So we look at it after 5 full. Your Athenians lead it by a score of 8-4. Line score goes for the Athenians. They have 8 runs on 10 hits, and they have 1 error. And the Warriors from Danville have 4 runs on only 2 hits and no errors, although I think there was a phantom 1 or 2 judgments made there.
There'd be 2 in my scorebook. How about that?
I agree with it.
But that doesn't matter at the end of the day. The score that matters is the one on the front end of the scoreboard where it says 8-4.
So we're going to hit the hill again.
Leading off for the Warriors, the left fielder, Big Claw.
Coach is getting his headset all rearranged here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Cale Corsi back on, top of the 6th. First pitch, a little bit inside, ball 1.
Quick update, Coach, from up at North Montgomery. The Chargers have scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. They lead Western Boone 5-2, top of 5.
Here's the next pitch right there. Fastball at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ben Carr has struck out twice.
Here's a swing and a miss, and that's a breaking ball that was off the plate. Good pitcher's pitch for sure. One that you might be tempted to throw again after that swing.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. Oh my goodness, we hit him. Cale just not himself today as far as command of his pitches. So, hit batter, second one of the game for Cale. And a runner at first with nobody out.
And by my count, Cale's got 6 pitches left, so this is going to be
The last batter, more than
likely his last hitter.
Well, we need a kind ground ball right here. Garrett Gross, the second baseman, steps in. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Young man was aggressive on that high fastball.
He's 0 for 2. Flied out to right, flied out to center. Hits in the 8th spot.
Pitch right there, strike 2. Fastball. Might entertain another high one there, up in his eyes. Oh, right there.
No.
Another high fastballs.
Well, of course he has no pitches to waste, and if he wants to face this last guy, he had to get that guy out now. So that is 6 pitches, so I've got him at 111. So he can finish this guy. He can, unless he gets this guy out in 1, but no matter what happens, he can face this full batter.
Here's the pitch, strike 1. Yeah. Staying with the fastball a little bit more here.
Yep. And it is a pinch hitter too. Number 12 is Chris DiBenedetto.
Here's a swing and a miss. Fastball at the letters. So, of course, he's just kind of rearing back and letting go right now.
Sure.
4-run lead. Here's a pitch. Boy, oh boy. Cale did a double take on that one. He kind of wanted that one, but
he was almost headed for the
maybe a little bit low on this tall young man up there. Here's the 1-2. That one's outside. No, a call, strike 3. Well, I had I had a lot better looking pitch, I thought, on the third pitch. The 4th pitch is the one that got him. All right. So another strikeout looking. 2 down.
That's 4.
Top of the 6th. Back to the top of the batting order, and Ethan Walls. Walls on the day
Wow.
is 0 for 3.
and that's he's at I've got him at 116.
Here's a swing and a miss. Oh and 1. Short lead off at first. Here's the pitch. There's the pitch right there. Strike 2. Batter got a little question there with the umpire, but you better turn around and get ready to swing because it's coming hot.
Yeah.
Here's strike 3. Swung on and missed. So Corsi, for maybe the third time today, strikes out the side.
Yes, he does.
And he has no pitches left. 1 pitch left.
He has 1. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he can he can
They
go
can
out.
bring him out for 1 if they
Get
want
one
to.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
3, 7.
So top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, and 1 runner left on for the Danville Warriors. Going to the bottom half of inning number 6, your Athenians lead it 8-4.
A dozen strikeouts right now for Corsi.
Well, his stuff can't be questioned.
No.
My math says he's striking out 2 an inning.
Yes, yes.
And, he's only given up 2 hits and 4 runs. So the runs, even though there was a big hit involved in all that.
5 walks.
But the walks that hit batters.
5 walks, hit a couple guys.
Well, I'm looking. We're getting Jude back to the
dugout. Bullpen.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, bullpen. Out of the dugout, into the bullpen. Well, somebody's going to have to pitch to at least 2 of the last 3 guys. So,
yeah,
because Cale can only throw 1 more pitch by my count. So,
well,
and finish a hitter.
I don't think to a lot of people it makes any difference, but I have heard some pitchers say they'd rather go out and start the inning as opposed to coming in the middle inning.
Right.
Somebody else doesn't make any difference, but so I would say Jude is probably a guy who wouldn't make any difference, but whatever. He's going to be in an advantageous position as far as pitching with a 4-run lead.
He's going to have a minimum of a 4-run lead, and the offense can certainly put a whole lot more cushion on it with a good bottom of the 6th inning.
9-1-2 for your Athenians here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball doesn't quite get there. Maybe went around a little bit.
Farley is 0 for 2. Did drive in a run with a ground ball out as part of the 3-run 4th inning.
Ground ball, shortstop to his left, coming in and across, fires and gets him. And again, Farley really hustling down the first base line there and making it close, but pretty easy play really for the shortstop there.
The first baseman, Bryce Dowell.
And that'll bring up Bryce Dowell.
Yeah, Bryce 0 for 3 on the day.
I
You said last time he was due. Yeah, I know.
I was just going to reinforce that. Going to say, you think he's due? He was due then. He's overdue now.
There's the pitch, swung on, popped. That ball's going to be out of play.
The scenario of such a good aggressive hitter as Bryce, he knows he's overdue for a hit, and he just comes up and boy, he'll just hack at a whole bunch of pitches that sometimes you wonder, and makes good contact. And he'll give one a long ride, but every once in a while, want to find a glove.
Here's a check swing, ball's down, count evens 1-1. Wyatt Moats on deck.
The middle of the order have been the offensive heroes for this team today.
Yeah, that just got by his ear.
Yep.
2 balls, 1 strike. He's been hit more than once already this season. He doesn't need to take another one here.
Yeah.
Find another way to get on. Pitch. That's in there for a strike.
Text message from Danville. The JVs have tied the game up 4-4.
All right. 2-2's the count here. Here's a line drive to left field, and left fielder will not get it. It's over his head. That ball's all the way to the warning track out there. And so you're right, he was due.
I'll tell you what, I just get such a kick out of Bryce because he's such a competitor, and I mean, he just absolutely wants to knock the cover off the ball every time up. He got out. That was not a very good pitch. That pitch was kind of down, got outside, and he's so strong. He just went out and got it and hit it over the left fielder's head.
Yep.
So he's got a stand-up double. It's his second double of the season and his first hit of the day, and I know that he's a much happier Athenian out there right now.
Brings up Moats, and he is 1 for 3 on the day, but hit the ball hard every time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strike. Ball taken at the knees.
Tell you, one more insurance run means no kind of home run ties it up with one swing. That'd be sure gives another relief pitcher a lot of comfort.
Here's a ground ball up the middle. That'll be in there for a hit and around third. And on his way to home is Dow. Ball fumbled out there. Most was tempted to move on down, but wisely stayed in place at first base. And an RBI for Wyatt. And another run on the board, making the score 9-4 for your Athenians. And hit number 12.
Yes, indeed. Dowell's his seventh. It was his ninth hit of the season, seventh run now scored. Moats with a really good RBI. That's first of the day, 4 RBIs on the season. Throw over, gets away.
So here he goes. Down to third, and he is going to be safe. He got under the tag.
Sure did.
So Moats, aggressive base running, but he's got good speed. He's the kind of guy you want to do those kinds of things. And maybe with a 9-4 lead, you can gamble a little bit more because it was close play up there, no question about that.
But the throw was up. He had to bring the throw up and down, and he tagged him on the shoulder. And usually, almost always, that tag up on the shoulder like that means your feet have already hit first base.
So, in fact, that's a 2-base error.
That's correct. E1, and that is officially.
It's their first strike.
Officially, Danville's first error of the day. Oh, softball score looks like a final, 16-1. Yep.
Pitch is outside. Count even. 1 ball, 1 strike on A.J. Hall. A.J. today is 0 for 2.
Yep.
He drew a walk last time and scored.
Scored a run. Yep.
Here's a pitch way outside. Not a whole lot on that pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Anything gets very far away at their home plate, you'll see Wyatt Moats coming home. Here's a pitch. That ball is off the corner. Good take by Hall. Counter goes 3-1. Athenians stretching it out here with insurance runs. Danville looks just a little flat right now. Mm-hmm. Here's a pitch. Ball swung on, fouled back, may have been ball 4. Was certainly up in the zone if it was in the zone at all. But a good pitch to put in the air and get a sac fly out of for sure. So it's 3-2 now. Here's a pitch fouled off, and that was definitely outside, but
Got to protect the plate. Yep.
AJ doesn't want to leave it to the umpire. Ground ball right side. Okay, he's coming home. Oh, my. Nobody's at second. Oh, he's out. He tripped over the bag. Well, a little ugly there, but good idea. So we got a fielder's choice in effect.
And a 3-2 gets Moats out. And then the 2-6 is a double play.
Yeah.
So 1 run, 2 hits for the Athenians. There was 1 error, and nobody left on base.
Jude Corsi pitching now. Jude.
And we're gonna save the 1 pitch for Cale Corsi. Jude is taking the mound.
Yeah. So, at the end of 6 full, your Athenians lead it by a score of 9-4. It's 9-12-1 now, and 4-2-1. And young Corsi takes over for Big Brother. Well, we'll hope Jude has maybe a little better command than Big Brother does. He doesn't quite have as much hot stuff, but he does have a good breaking ball. And his velo is on the upswing.
There you go.
You know, he's going to. Well, I think he's low 80, maybe 80, 81, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. So you know, that's good on his fastball.
That's a good opportunity now for Jude, because this is a scenario where between this year and then also for next year, he's going to be a guy that Crawfordsville is going to depend on a lot for pitching, and to come into it's not technically a safe situation here, so he can't pitch himself into a safe situation, but good opportunity against good hitters, good conference hitters, to see some good swing, and really needs good to use 3 outs here.
Yep, 2, 3, and 4, but. Jude normally is around the plate, so they're going to have to earn it, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. Well, it's just this is a great thing, too. You got a straight switch between brothers there.
Right.
As Cale moves out to short.
I have your attention. The new pitcher for Crawfordsville is number 6, Jude Corsi. Number 11, Cale Corsi, is now at shortstop.
Well, there's a throw down, and we're ready to go here at the top of the 7th inning. Number 14 stepping in. This is a pinch hitter. I do believe it looks like it's. Did you get that pronunciation? Oliphant?
Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Short O. Oliphant. Yep.
Oliphant swings and misses.
Ryan Oliphant.
He's pinch hitting for Woolsey.
Yes.
Here's a pitch. Good breaking ball right there. That was sharp breaking ball by Jude. He's quickly ahead on the count, 0-2. Here's a breaker, and that was in line with the batter. I'd rather not see that. It happened to get over his head, but might have got out of the hand a little quick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jude Corsi to the mound. Here's a swing and a miss to the plate, from the mound. And we've got 1 down. Boy, I just don't see a whole lot of excitement right now out of the Danville Warriors
looks pretty quiet. Looks pretty quiet.
I mean, pardon the thought, but, they wear black jerseys, and it looks like they're going to a funeral.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's a pitch. That one's way outside to the backstop. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the breaking ball right there. That was a nice hook. That is a great pitch in high school. If you can command that pitch.
Yes.
I mean, because it's a sharp breaker. Here's a pitch. That one's off the plate just a little bit.
Just off.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a foul ball back toward the girls' area, which that game is over.
Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Okay. Ball 3.
I guess. So the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jude Corsi wanting around over the plate here, and there's a ground ball to the left side. Tough play for third baseman. He's in, got it, on to first, and he is out.
Yeah. That's Wyatt Moats.
Yeah, Wyatt Moats. There's a good kid. Now we celebrate too much again, throw the ball in the outfield, but it still was a great play by Wyatt
Scoop,
Moats.
ran and throw. That was a
And
great
that's
play.
where the great wheels give him an advantage there.
Yep.
He got a
Yep.
great break and
Jack Warner.
got the ball quickly. Jack Warner, the batter. Two down. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Warner is 0 for 2 on the day. Got a base on balls, but was left on the bases.
Okay.
Here's a pitch. Right there, strike 2. Jude has got it on.
All dialed in.
You know, he's right on line there. 0-2. Oh, well, I spoke too soon there. If Warner wanted to take first base, he certainly could have done it there.
Yeah, just kind of just lean in instead of leaning out.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch, swung on, base hit right field. Good left-handed swing. Oh, it gets by right field out there. No, he's going to go to second. So that will be the Athenian second error of the day.
Yeah.
E9, unfortunately. Well, I think that Yogi Man once said, it's never over till it's over.
That's right.
Keep your concentration, young man.
Yeah. It's a little tough angle on the sun with it just coming in just over the top of the football stands, but doesn't give you an excuse for misplaying one.
So we've
This
got
is Miller.
Miller.
This is number 6 Miller. I first thought it was number 8 also, but it's not. It's 6 Miller.
Yeah, it runs together, doesn't it?
Yep.
Here's a pitch, taken down into the dirt. Ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down here. Athenians need 1 more out to put this game away. They lead it 9-4. Next pitch right there, and there's that little hook right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Same pitch, fouled off the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if he stays with the breaker. Might be the place to go ahead and come up high with a fastball. I'm thinking breaker, though. And it is. And he fouls it off into the Athenian dugout. Everybody over there on the coaching staff got a chance to make the play.
Yeah.
No injuries. That's the good news. Count remains 1-2. Jude Corsi out of the stretch. And a pitch. Swung on and missed. So staying with his brother's rhythm there, he strikes out 2. And the Athenians come away with a Sagamore Conference victory here tonight, winning it 9-4 over the Warriors from Danville. Your line score is for the Danville Warriors 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and your Athenians 9 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. So after a little bit of a shaky start, the Athenians work themselves back into the ball game and eventually take charge. Running away, no, but winning by a comfortable margin.
Sure did. That's a huge win. Get the first win of the conference season on the first night. I mean, it just sets the tone. It sets the pace. Makes tomorrow night a quarter step easier. Because now tomorrow night you got to go back and you're going to probably see Weimer, the number 2 pitcher for Crawfordsville, against whoever Danville throws as their number 2. But now tomorrow night it's just a great way to start the conference season. It's a game you need to win, game you really want to win, and now it's a game you have won.
I have 14 strikeouts for Corsi brothers.
Yes, 12-2.
And
12-2.
One of the things I'll say as a fan watching some ball, and we get to the end of the ball game, and fans would comment, "Boy, we played good defense tonight." Well, you know what? Pitcher struck out 12, 13,
Yeah.
14 batters.
Yeah.
How many plays did that defense have to make?
Weren't very many plays to make
Yeah.
in 7 at bats with 21 outs. Yep. That's
Having
exactly
said
right.
that was a really fine play by Wyatt Moats there in the
Yes.
7th inning.
Yep, it sure was.
Probably the best Athenian defensive play of that
game, absolutely.
So-
and that keeps an inning from starting.
Well,
You know.
and they follow up with a
That base
Base hit.
that infield hit is followed by an outfield hit. Now all of a sudden you got 2 guys on and nobody out,
Yep.
or 1 out. So
Well, we'll repeat what we have coming up, and Athenians travel to Danville tomorrow night to play a 6 o'clock game there, and then we'll be back here scheduled for 12 o'clock noon with the Athenians, I believe, playing Griffith, but you'll let me know if that's not right. That's a 12 o'clock game scheduled, and as we mentioned, it is to be played as a round-robin tournament. So we'll hope the weather gives us a break, because right now the forecast is not really
a
great.
little wet,
for
yeah, a
Saturday.
little wet for Saturday.
So we'll just lean on that one. But anyway, great victory starting out the season, or the conference season, for the Athenians. And thanks again to Jeff Nelson being here. And
Pleasure as always.
well, I tell you what, I really appreciate Jeff's on top of stats and on top of the backgrounds, and that's certainly something I think that our viewers enjoy. And thanks again to Justin.
Yes, indeed.
Always, I know he had a good picture there all the time. So
True.
okay. So until we see you hopefully Saturday, we'll say good evening and good baseball.